So today, I found some So with Season 11 coming out, my previous method of making gold had been turned into slop and slammed against the wall due to the new Voyage dive system. However, I am happy to say that there are now far better methods, and there's a shitload of them. These new methods are fairly simple and give a lot of golden reputation, far more than selling 7,000 plants. Not that I know. With the new distinction system, you can now get up to 500 reputation levels in each company, except this fucker, with the levels being prestiged at 100. Getting to various distinction levels gives you some pretty cool fit choices, most of which accommodate my dump truck ass, so it's pretty damn convenient that there are now numerous ways to get there very fast. They would have been even faster if I put this video out on Community Day, but oh my god, is that the Pope Mobile? Anyways, onto the tomfoolery doings. Let's get into The first method isn't actually that good for gold or reputation compared to the other ones, but you can get a lot of mega kegs very fast. And what does that mean? Evisceration. You basically dive to a Fodid and do it up until the 13th wave, make sure the skeletons drop the mega kegs, then kill a few of the other skeletons, and finally let the rest of them bone you to death. When you respawn, more keg skeletons will be there, and you can keep doing this infinitely. This allows you to select one poor vessel and utterly annihilate them. What a nice vessel. It would be a shame if something were to happen. This method sucks for everything except eviscerating somebody though, so I figured I'd get the shitty one out of the way first. Now onto the oh thank god it didn't do it this time. This method is one of the very good ones, especially for the gold hoarders, but it is somewhat complicated. You race a gold hoarder emissary, dive to one of these Ashen Captain's Vault voyages, then head to Cinder Island. Funnily enough, from here, if the wayfinder points away from the island, the dig for the vault key will be somewhere on this island. I have no idea how Rare managed to do that, but it's pretty cool. You have to dig randomly across the island to find the key, which can be tedious, but I've devised a plan that gets it pretty fast. I've marked the dig spot here from where I dig first up until the backup spots for if I can't find it. I'll play out a video of me going through it while I continue to yap. Each chest you dig up comes with a moldy treasure chest, the gold vault key, and 2 ashen trinkets which are perfectly ass-sized. You can do this infinitely, assuring that the funny compass points away from the island, and you can either do a shit ton of vaults, more than I can handle, or even just sell the chest itself. Even just digging them up gives you rep over time for voyage completions, and just selling the chest with a key and trinkets inside gives you a lot of golden reputation. Whatever fucked up option you choose, you get way more golden rep than doing it legally. Anyways, on to the next method. This one is for the Merchant Alliance, and lets you stack an absolutely fucked up and evil amount of plants, equivalent to the population of Poland circa 1945. With this one, you dive to an Ashen Executive cargo run, get the cargo from an NPC on the island, and then vote down that voyage and vote up an Ashen medley of Merchant Alliance voyages. This voyage gives you hero loot and lets you infinitely steal from the merchants if you keep voting it up and down. The neat thing about this is that all the crates will be delivered to the same seapost, so you don't have to cart your ass around 70 miles. That is a pretty good deal for having stolen everything. Another neat thing is that this method was patched, and not any of the other ones. Cool, I guess, but dick move. Anyways, on to the next one. This one can be used to get max level raid loot for any faction. Surprisingly, it even works for Athena. For this one, you dive to a Skelly Fleet raid voyage for whatever faction you want, then get up to the boss wave. From here, you can board the boss galleon and either touch or steal the raid loot from on board. I would suggest fondling everything in sight so you get to emissary level 5 as fast as you can. You then sail close to the arch in the Sea Ducks Tavern, making sure you still hear the music, then wait there while the Skelly ship de-aggros. After a minute or two, the Skelly ship gets sent straight to hell, leaving any loot you fondled floating in the water. Buoyant. You can then sail back into the fleet, and a new boss galleon will spawn every time. You can do this infinitely, and it gives you a shitload of golden reputation, not to mention the supplies from the storage crates you can steal from on board. Pretty damn good method. This one is for Athena. It isn't all that great, but it's alright for mindlessly grinding. You sail to Ruby's Fall with an Athena emissary flag, and then vote up Ashen Athena quests until you get a dig map for Ruby's Fall. From these you'll get 4 digs, which contain Athena crates, Athena kegs, Athena trinkets, gems, Ashen chests, and cursed loot. After a grind, it's alright for reputation and meh for gold. It's worth noting that this is a good way to farm gems for the Hunter's Call. Stupid ass company. It's also worth noting that once upon a blue moon, the island fucking explodes. It's also worth noting that you can come across this pretty funny chest. Also, while we're talking about Hunter's Call, there is another exploit to level it really fast, but it is very easily bannable. If you're wondering what it is, then oh my god, is that Pope Francis? Anyways, on to the final methods. The next methods are actually pretty good after a grind, one more than the other. The shrine method, or sea fort method, is where you dive to a shrine, complete it, touch restore all the loot, then kill yourself. Funnily enough, you can also do this for sea forts too, which I heavily recommend. Every time you die, you respawn in the boss room with new loot, but for the shrine method, after one time, only the basic bitch default loot spawns. It does have a chance of spawning a chest of ancient tributes though, and can be done infinitely. The other method is another fuzzy bondage type method, where you sail to a small island with a captain on it, blunderbomb yourself, kill the captain with cannons, then immediately kill yourself. When you respawn, there will be a new captain along with the previous captain's decaying carcass. But if that isn't the case, you can just cannon out and murm back, like the fuzzy bondage method. I, for one, am not a huge fan of BDSM, so I didn't record any footage for it. Why did I include it in the first place? Because help am being held hostage. Anyways, those were all the Dastardly exploits for today, and they go pretty hard. That being said, I'll see